Yo, it's your boy Crypto Blood. How you guys doing today? Today we are going to talk about Estonia. I did an article on Estonia, and give me a second. I'm going to pull that up. I did an article on them, and I want to pull that up. All right. I got that article up. The magic of the internet, people. So the article I did was on, and I did this about 3-4 days ago. It was on Estonia and how they're very forward thinking, and I love it. Like I wish we would see more, and it would probably come from smaller sovereign countries, smaller countries that would be able to do this, but more countries that were forward thinking and fast in implementing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and just blockchain technology in general. I would love to see more countries do that, like Estonia. I know over in Switzerland they're very pro blockchain as well, but Estonia to me leads the list in very pro Bitcoin and blockchain oriented. Now, this particular article I wrote was just going over the fact that they were the first to attempt to do an ICO for their actual country, a sovereign ICO. Very impressed with them and their leadership over there. It kind of stems from the e-resident program that they started. And a funny story about that, I didn't find out about their e-resident program until about 2.5 weeks ago firsthand. I was getting ready to have a meeting, and my business partner, he said, "Hey man, check this out." So he pulled up his laptop. He's like, "Man, bro, you should be doing this." I'm like, "What is this?" You know, he had the website up, and he's like, "This is Estonia's e-resident program. I'm going through the steps to sign up to become an e-resident." I'm like, "Yeah, I heard vaguely about this, didn't know anything further than just hearing, just hearsay." So he actually is in the process of doing it. And for you guys who live in the States, I believe the closest branch, there may be more than one, but one for sure is in Washington, D.C. And you can, fill out everything online, and then you can, finalize your e-resident application in Washington, D.C. So one thing so the whole ICO idea of having an Estonia coin stemmed from the e-resident program, e-residency program. And just want to highlight one part of this article before I segue into what I really want to talk about. And it's connected to this article. But the one part in the article that I want to highlight, I said that this is a game changer. If successful, Estonia's ICO would be a game changer for small countries abroad. Sovereign ICOs will create a paradigm shift in the way countries fund gaps in their financial needs. No longer will they need to go through the IMF programs or use other predatory financial instruments provided by Wall Street and others to raise money for country projects. And then that's so true. And I summed that paragraph up with saying, could you imagine if Greece had this option years ago when pressured to join the EU and essentially selling their soul in return for a euro dollar? So true, man. Greece is in such bad shape because of the financial cards and trickery that Wall Street, placed upon them and kind of lured them in and promising them all these types of vehicles and access to capital in return for joining the euro. And you can kind of see they've sold their soul, just to pay back some of their debts. They've had to sell off physical assets, which is what the IMF and central banks want anyway, because they know their money is worthless. You know, having an asset would be the end result with these guys. You got to remember, man, these guys play chess, not checkers. So they're thinking 4 or 5 steps ahead, and it's sad that they're even getting the countries now. So amazing. However, that was my article 3-4 days ago. Just yesterday, I saw an article out of the Cointelegraph, actually, and it talks about Estonia can't make its own digital currency. I said, what? I just wrote an article about this. So essentially, Mario Draghi, we all know Mario Demon Draghi, head of the ECB, which is the European Central Bank. He got wind of this whole initiative by Estonia, and quickly wanted to point out something to them. So Draghi was quick to point out that the state currency does not work within the Eurozone. He said, and here's a quote, "No member state can introduce its own currency. The currency of the Eurozone is the euro." Who's your daddy? Basically, he's telling Estonia, man, we own you, bruh. We own you. Nothing you can do. And that goes for pretty much all the countries that signed that dotted line to join the euro years ago. We see, though the Great Britain was never, from a currency standpoint, a part of the euro, they did have their ties, and we saw them kind of break free of the Eurozone a year and a half or so ago. And, you know, it's going to be, in the long run, very beneficial for them. So let's see how that goes. But to further read the article, the idea originated with the president of Estonia e-residency program, who had suggested that the Est coin could be used as a digital currency for the country. It would also provide a way for Estonian citizens to notarize digital documents from anywhere in the world. Adoption of the Est coin would have represented a landmark moment for cryptocurrencies, indicating widespread adoption. However, it appears that in spite of the potential benefits of the national digital currency, the Eurozone will not allow this Est coin to proceed. Man, here we go. So we're starting to see that line drawn in the sand, because there are so many possibilities with blockchain, not just Bitcoin. So people have to understand, you guys have to understand, this is not about Bitcoin. Like when I got into Bitcoin late 2012, for my new subscribers, I knew it was more than just Bitcoin. It was the idea that you can have a trustless triple ledger technology exist and be bulletproof, really, you know. So when I saw that, I understood what could come out of that technology. So we're starting to see here, ladies and gentlemen, the governments, central banks of the world start to clash with some of these innovations. But we've even seen with China coming in and banning ICOs and, you know, threatening to ban Bitcoin as a whole, which we all know they can't do. But you know, they'll definitely come out and show their bravado and try to show who's in charge. But ultimately, in the short run, they may win. But ultimately, blockchain technology, decentralized technologies as blockchain, technologies such as blockchain will prevail and will make make society better. And so it's just kind of sad to see that Estonia, you know, was blocked by the ECB. Isn't a surprise, and it shouldn't be to you guys either. But it's just unfortunate that we can't see such a country as Estonia, really, who's forward thinking, wants to push the envelope and make make progress on top of this wonderful technology, we can't even see that come to pass. So hopefully, it's going to have to be one of these smaller countries who doesn't maybe who doesn't have as much political inefficiencies. They can move quicker, and as far as implementing different things. So let's see what happens, and let's see if another country is able to make that ICO happen, because it won't happen from any country in the EU, as we've seen from Mario Draghi. So it's crazy, because I just did this article 4 days ago, and yeah, we'll see what happens with this. Let me know your thoughts on this topic of Estonia, their e-residency. Have you ever heard of it? Like I told you earlier, I just heard about it about two and a half weeks ago. A friend of mine, a business partner of mine, is actually going through that process. So let me know if you guys are doing that. And also, you'll see now to my left, but to your right, I got a new setup here. So I have the Webbot room streaming live for you guys. I got Mike B, Crystal Junction, and Wim is in there. Got a whole bunch of people kind of active this morning. So make sure you guys join us. I also have a ticker, live stream ticker at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, make sure you guys join us in the Webbot room. We're having a lot of fun, a lot of great conversations. We've got 3 rooms now, with spanning a total of about 1,600 people. So awesome community. And you can also catch me in there as well. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Steam it. And that is it. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla.